Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We will produce Pride Fest Diversity Pride in August and Pride Fort Lauderdale next February.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies. This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. AIDS is not over. Queer God Squad wants you to stay informed despite significant advances in prevention and treatment. HIV remains a pressing global health challenge. Globally, nearly 40 million people live with HIV, and while new infections have declined from their peak, 1.3 million individuals still acquire HIV and AIDS annually. AIDS-related illness claimed 630,000 lives in 2023, underscoring the ongoing severity of the epidemic. This disease disproportionately affects marginalized communities, including men who have sex with men, racially and ethnic minorities, and people in the global South. Stigma and discrimination continue to be major barriers preventing individuals from accessing critical testing, prevention, like at PrEP, and treatment services. Furthermore, a substantial number of people living with HIV are unaware of their status, hindering effective intervention. Until access to prevention and care is universal and societal barriers like stigma are dismantled, HIV will continue to exert a profound impact on individuals, communities, and global public health. The Queer God Squad wants you to be healthy and live a long time. Get tested, practice safer sex, get on PrEP if you can, get on HIV therapies if you've tested positive. AIDS is still a concern, so please be concerned for yourself and others until we finally have a cure. I've been positive since 1987, going on nearly 40 years, a couple of years.
Wow.
And just reflecting back on my time of being positive and the advances that we've made, you know, that was at a time when there was nothing.
Yeah.
Until we got onto other drugs and everything that's going on. But we've made a lot of advances, but yet the stigma somehow still remains. And that seems to be like a global stigma. And even though the more we talk about it, the more that medications are made available, the more advances we're made, that thing stigma still hinders a lot of people from either wanting to get tested or want to know or get on therapies. And I think there's a way that we have to continue to have the conversation about HIV and AIDS that impacts us socially, also impacts us religiously, depends on which religious background we've come out of, and how our government is even responding to this global epidemic now that is still going on with the many cutbacks here in America that's happening that's also impacting the globe. Sure. And so I think we just need to be aware of what's on the chopping block around HIV and AIDS research, education, and prevention. And we have to continue to be advocates for those who cannot speak out because they are afraid of still getting tested, or they are afraid of the barriers, they are afraid of the stigma, and a lot of people in our own community, our queer community, are afraid to even be aware of what's going on around them, to say, hey, let's have a conversation about prevention, healthcare, access. There are resources available to you, so let's walk you through those steps. And Sunshine Cathedral can be one of those starting points for a lot of people, whether it be on spiritual concerns, medical concerns. We have resources that we can refer people to, but the conversation has to continue, and we can be a starting point for that.
Yeah, you know, I just last week was talking to somebody who was saying how he wasn't on PrEP because he was afraid to ask for it. Because he was afraid where he has to get it, he would be judged, he'd be outed, he'd be, you know, he didn't feel safe. He didn't feel safe to ask for the thing that keeps you safe. And that can't be just one person in the world. I bet
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a lot of that. I remember 15 years ago in Jamaica, because most countries, healthcare is a right and not a business opportunity. And so you could get HIV meds in the early 2000s in Jamaica, but a lot of people wouldn't because they were afraid if they were seen at a pharmacy getting those drugs, they would be outed as gay. And people in those days were just being macheted in the street for being gay. And so they would roll the dice on living a while longer with a virus rather than be killed today on the way home. And so there's still some of that though. There's still this stigma creates a lot of fear. What if I'm rejected? What if I'm undateable? What if people are mean to me? And I think that's why people aren't being as careful as they even want to be, but they've got fears blocking their stuff. And there's the cuts, but they're also cutting memory. They're cutting history. They're cutting things that tell us about our past. And so that's also hurting us. They're coming for our community, drag queens, trans people, don't say gay, all of that foolishness. So there's all this imposed shame, all this imposed fear. And so it just creates this big mess and this big jumbled, how are you going to navigate that? And some of us, will, but a lot of people it's just overwhelming and it's frightening. So one we have to do is we have to insist that our government do what's right, that healthcare is for everyone and for every condition. We also have to, and this is what we do in the home, and this is what we do in the community, and this is what we do in the church, is we've got to take the stigma away, because people still think of HIV as a sexually transmitted infection, as an STI. And so, which that's one of the ways you can get it, maybe the primary way. But once you label it a thing, now it's dirty.
Yeah.
Now it's a virus, not a punishment. It's a virus. If you didn't feel all kinds of weird about catching the flu or the chicken pox, it's a virus. And so and so it needs to treat it. It can be prevented, and if it didn't get prevented, it can be treated. So it's a virus. That's all it is. And so we can, by treating it that way, we can get rid of some of the stigma, and especially in the churches, by being body positive.
Yeah.
Your body doesn't belong to anybody else. And so if you chose to do this body with this body, that's you. And if everybody walked away happy, then I would be a jerk to not be happy for you. You know what I mean? So we've got to stop being body negative. We've got to be body positive. And then if you're body positive, you love your body, you're going to want to take care of it. If it's sick, you want to get it medicine. If it's a way to not get sick, you want to take that prevention. And so if we were more body positive, that would help. So there's some things we can do. And the government needs to do a lot more. But until they do, and for the next at least 3.5 years, they ain't gonna do nothing. So until that day that gets better, there's stuff we can do. And we got to get to doing it. We've got to start being body positive and sex positive and LGBTQ affirming. And remember, take the weirdness out of this one virus. If you are not weird about the common cold, don't be worried about this. It's a virus. Protect yourself from it, and if that didn't work, treat it.
Yes.
Because if you're undetectable, it's not spreadable. So by treating it, you're even saving other people. So we got to stop hating on it. Stop hating on it. And if no one else is hearing this, do it for yourself. Nobody's telling me, yay, HIV, go you. I'm telling myself, since 91, it's a virus. I had chickenpox. Nobody thought twice about it. Got HIV. Thank God it's treatable, and I'm in good health.
Late last year and earlier this year here at Sunshine Cathedral, we actually had a health fair, and we did a lot of testing, including for HIV. And I spoke with the healthcare group that offered this testing, and they said, yes, we did the testing, we did all of this testing, but an awful lot of our conversations were how to get on PrEP. How to be aware of where you can get PrEP, how to be on PrEP, all of that works. So yes, Sunshine Cathedral has stepped up and is doing that, and I anticipate we're going to do another one later this year. So it's really, really important to take care of yourselves, because we need you around. We need you here.
And if you'll do something here at Sunshine Cathedral or at the Pride Church, if you do it at a place where you have support built in.
Exactly.
Like one of us will go in with you if you want. You know what I mean? Like, so there's even a place, you don't have to walk into a free clinic, just cold off the street. If there's a place where it's being offered in a community, take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
Because then you're not alone.
Wow. all of us at this table are old enough to remember how the government behaved when AIDS first came to be. Ronald Reagan said nothing about it, and because of his inaction, he did not allow the government to do anything to begin to inform and educate, because
He's single-handedly responsible for the first couple 100,000 deaths.
we remember, and that's what I wrote on here, he stalled any chance of progress for years, costing hundreds of thousands of lives. Exactly. The problem right now is that it's almost like rinse and repeat. This government wants us not to talk about what happened in the 1980s and the 1990s. They are trying to erase history again. So many times, in so many different ways, they're trying to erase history. And I'm telling you now that there's not a person at this table that's going to allow that to happen. We're going to speak up. We're going to let you know that there are programs that can test you, and there are programs that if you test positive, there are ways in order to control. So, please, information is the key. Learn about what's going on in your body, and then take care of your body in any way necessary. Breathe.
And I just want to
breathe.
Go ahead. I just want to mention, for those who've been around a while, or for young folks, I want to mention one name that I actually credit with the turn of HIV and AIDS awareness under the Reagan administration, and that was Dr. C. Everett Koop.
Yes.
Who wanted the whole time to be doing stuff.
He wants the entire time to be doing stuff, but you got to put it down. And if you ever Google Dr. C. Everett Koop and the pamphlet that comes up, this white and blue thing that comes up,
Remember when it came in the mail?
he actually released that pamphlet unauthorized by President Reagan.
Yep.
And so I appreciate him going rogue, if you will, to get the word out about HIV and AIDS and what was going on and how it was affecting our community. And I see future Dr. C. Everett Koops in different areas of getting word out about it.
Yes.
So you can't, you might want to erase it, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there.
Well, and information is power, which is why they want to keep it from us.
Yeah.
And if you know history, you learn from it. If you don't know it, you're doomed to repeat it. And so it's very calculated. The ignorance that is facilitated, but we can, and even in our own community, like, why are you taught this so much? We lived through it. Get over it already. Not here.
Yep.
We're telling the stories. We're telling the history. And again, if that interferes with other levels of privilege, you have an option. You have options.
Yep.
You can use that privilege to help us do good stuff, or you can get out of the way.
Yes.
See you Christmas and Easter. But we want you to do the first thing.
Yes.
We want you to get involved and be part of it. But we're going to do, the gospel call is to the least and the last and the lowly. It's to love the unloved and to touch the untouchable. It's to build the kingdom of God where the first are last and last are first. That means people with AIDS. That means people who are immigrants with or without documentation. That means people who are poor. That means trans people. That means, so yes, we're talking about all these people that make you uncomfortable. You have a really fabulous opportunity to get over it.
Yay.
And become part of a good thing that's trying to make the world better.
Indeed.
And that's today with the Queer God Squad. Before we go, we want to invite you to consider a wonderful travel experience. The Divine Science Federation International and the Divine Science Ministers Association invite you to join Charting a New Course Retreat at Sea. It's a 5-day, 4-night cruise aboard the MSC Seashore, starting at just $299. Departing on November the 2nd, this all-inclusive getaway features free bus transfers from Ocala, the Villages, and Leesburg, plus free Wi-Fi throughout your journey. Enjoy open bar access for only $99, both on board and at Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. You'll explore Nassau and Paradise Island, both in the Bahamas, and relax on MSC's exclusive island, Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. Special perks from the Happening Out Travel Club include private happy hours and exclusive dining events. You can book your spot with a $199 deposit. Then there's only $100 to go unless you want to upgrade some stuff, which you can. If you haven't heard of Divine Science, you have heard of what it's about. If you like Oprah and Chopra, Louise Hay and Michael Beckwith, spirituality that is based on love rather than dogma, or you're familiar with Silent Unity and the Daily Word, or the progressive, positive, practical spirituality of the Sunshine Cathedral community, then you already have a pretty good understanding of divine science. a New Thought school of thought that has been around since 1888. This nonprofit 501c3 trip is provided at reduced prices because of the charity fundraising educational mission of the Travel Club. We invite you to join us on this amazing cruise for fun, connection, and spiritual renewal. For more information or to reserve your spot, visit divinesciencefederation.org. I say visit Sunshine Cathedral 1,000 times a day. I invariably mess up when it's time to say anything else. But for this, you'll want to visit divinesciencefederation.org and click events.
Get ready for an incredible journey on the Ultra Deluxe MSC Seashore. This 170,000-ton, $1 billion ship offers 5-day cruises from just $299. With free transfers from Ocala, the Villages, and Leesburg, getting to Port Canaveral is easy and convenient for you. There is more. You can upgrade the experience with our $99 open bar package and enjoy unlimited drinks, cocktails, coffee, and more for not one, not two, but every day of your cruise. Your special Travel Club package also includes free Wi-Fi. This MSC Seashore cruise will take you to Nassau and Paradise Island. You also enjoy the pristine beauty of Ocean Cay Marine Reserve, the world's top-rated private island experience. It's a slice of paradise waiting for you. Plus, your open bar access extends to the exclusive Ocean Cay Island too. So, if you dream of sipping on drinks and unwinding on stunning beaches, this is the day for you. When you purchase the $99 bar package, you also receive complimentary Wi-Fi for all 5 days, so that you can share every unforgettable moment with ease with the world. You'll also enjoy exclusive onboard events with fellow travelers, from private happy hours to special dinners. It's all included just for you. Last but not least is the ease of booking this trip. You can secure your spot with just $199 deposit and then pay just $49 a month. Why wait? Book your cruise today for the adventure of a lifetime. Call today to book your dream journey on the MSC Seashore Cruise.
I invite you to like and share this episode on your social media, and also welcome you to find Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram, and to visit sunshinecathedral.org. There you'll find worship services, newsletters, ways to donate or request prayer, and you can watch some special videos featuring our bishops and amazing guests from around the world.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together. Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.